go inside.
Are you ringing the doorbell?
Well,
You want to do a video with Daddy? Want to do a video? You're too low. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of the Brake Report Weekly. I am your host, Eric Jennings. It's Friday evening, it's late, we just finished dinner, and I'm watching my kids, so star appearance from my son today in our video. Today we start off with a couple of recalls. Number one, we start off with Ford. Ford Motor Company has a recall. This isn't really that serious of a recall though, but if you do own a 2020, what did you break? Oh no. If you do own a 2020 Ford Expedition or Lincoln Navigator built between a certain time period, check out the website, brakereport.com, for the info. You might want to get that taken in and taken a look at, because the collision avoidance systems for the braking that's built into the vehicle, the safety stuff, the warning light that tell you it's not functioning properly does not work. So in other words, you could have a malfunctioning system and not know it, and then of course that could lead to some potential issues if you have to use the system for any kind of collision avoidance. So 2020 Expeditions and Navigators, go ahead and get those checked out. Also, we start with Mazda. Mazda has a recall on their automatic emergency braking system, quite the opposite of Ford. It actually activates too early, which could cause some issues like getting rear-ended. So if you own some of these vehicles, you might want to get those taken in, get the recalls taken care of. All right, next up, out of the super high performance car market, you ever heard of a car company called Riemeck? Well, they're a Croatian car company, makes supercars. I actually remember seeing them, I think it was on the Grand Tour, or maybe it was Top Gear, and the brake system failed on one of those like mountain races, and one of the hosts ended up going off like the cliff, the car burst into flames, he had to be rescued by helicopter. Crazy story. Oh. Nonetheless, they're back at it with a really high-end supercar this time. It's supposed to do 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds, and it's supposed to have full level 4 autonomy, which no car on the road has today. What's interesting from a brake perspective, they have tapped LSP to develop the state-of-the-art braking system for this car. Nonetheless, really exciting stuff. They're only making 150 of these vehicles, and the price tag is expected to come in around $2 million. All right, and next up comes a little bit of breaking news out of the train sphere. I don't know much about train brakes, but specifically this is related to a train that had an accident, a Canadian Pacific train, where the brakes passed a level 1 test, but then supposedly failed and ended up derailing and causing the death of 3 people that worked for the train company. Now, a level 1 test, what it basically says that the 95% of the brakes on the train are working, but what it doesn't tell you is to what level or what effectiveness. And the theory behind this accident is these brakes weren't acting properly. And so now the Transportation Safety Board is basically looking at these tests in a different way to not only check the effectiveness percentage, like what percentage the brakes are working, but to what level of effectiveness are they working. So sadly, out of these kinds of accidents comes improvement, and it looks like this is going to push train brake testing to a higher standard. And finally, let's do a little rapid fire succession of some aftermarket news. Just some product announcements or product expansion, starting with Raybestos. Raybestos has expanded its Element 3 brake caliper line to a significant amount of different vehicles, including the Toyota Tundra, Ford Expedition, Lincoln Navigator, Chevy Silverado, etc. Head over to brakereport.com for the full list, but some more aftermarket calipers and brakes. It's exciting. Next up, you guys ever heard of the company EBC and Aftermarket Brake Pads? I had a pair on my my Saab back in the day. They're great. Well, they have a new line of pads that they're bringing to automotive called the RPX material. Now, apparently, this is what's insane to me. This is awesome. It's meant for high-performance track racing, and the friction level is 0.55 mu, and it says it's highly stable. So that's incredible. And it can handle between 0 and 850 degrees C whilst achieving 100% brake effect from cold. So if you're at the track game, you got a car that you track all the time, check out these new EBC RPX material pads. Seem like some legit stuff. And last but not least, just a little blurb about the aftermarket ABS sensor area. Techstar, owned by TMD, has gotten into the game. They're now going to be offering ABS sensors as part of their lineup. So exciting to see that. That's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll say this, I've been doing this for now 7 weeks. I think this is my 8th episode. I hope you guys enjoy these. A lot of this has been done during the whole COVID outbreak. And I'm hoping that at least some of you guys are getting a little bit of enjoyment out of seeing the news delivered in a different way. If you have any comments or questions or maybe even suggestions to change this up a little bit, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to engage with you guys. Love to hear some of your feedback, whether it's positive or it's suggesting a different approach. That would be great. And again, if you're interested in sponsorship, please hit us up at sales@thebrakereport.com. We'd love to put you up here and promote your product as part of this weekly update. And last but not least, if you guys are on YouTube, don't forget the like button, comment, and subscribe. I love hearing from you guys. So have a great weekend. Thank you for everything. I'll see you guys next week.